Welcome, Internet, to the PixelPlay Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast where we get together to talk about all things video games. This week, we're going to challenge ourselves and do a trip around the world via video games. If you like that and you want to hear more, we post podcasts every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do a little bonus content on YouTube. If you're not watching us there, go check it out, PixelPlay Podcast. We do on Fridays, we do side quests. This week, we're going to be talking about Balatro. And then on Mondays, Adam comes out and does a random retro game where he goes and picks a random game from the emulators, plays it for a couple minutes, and tells you his thoughts. With that being said, let me introduce you to one of our co-hosts, Adam at CS Radical, and as always, my other co-host, Chris at Gin and Chris. Guys, how are we doing this week?
I'll be good this week when I hopefully remember to do a retro rando because I wasn't home basically the entire long weekend.
It passed. It was a
and then I
holiday.
realized that like late Monday morning, I'm like, I didn't do one.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll let you take a day off. Don't get used to it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one that does all the recording here. I can't take one.
You can.
you just like
we
something.
all get the day off. Whoa, weird.
Yeah.
That's why I can't take the day off. Y'all already take so many vacation days. We already discussed last week. Kaylan's out of sick days.
Yeah, we did.
He's taking
did,
unpaid
yeah.
days from here on out. I don't give a shit.
It's not my fault my kid goes to the bio lab and brings a new strain home every day.
I mean, no, you're right. It's your fault because y'all decided you wanted a kid.
I'm just lining myself up for when I need organs and when I'm older. I've got a walking donor. It's great.
Yeah, that is true. But it's weird the kid's name is, not kid's name, but the school name that your kid goes to is Raccoon City. That is a weird choice for the biolab.
It's, I don't get the naming convention.
I hear that Umbrella Corporation, though. They're a real class act over there.
Class
No.
act. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
make good
totally,
products.
totally legit. Totally.
Guys, you guys will be so impressed with me. In the span of missing 1 week, I started, finished a video game all in 1 week.
All right, well,
Wow.
how long was the game?
Doesn't matter.
That's not the answer I want to hear.
So
I was
was
like,
hear
all right,
about
so
this.
we finished a game that only takes 2 hours to beat.
excuse me. So I finished Ghost of Tsushima, not Ghost of Tsushima, Rise of the Ronin. I was looking for something to play, and I've been paying for a Game Pass all since Starfield came out, and I have not touched it. So I was like, I need to try something. So I was booted up Hellblade Senua, or the new one, Senua's Sacrifice, whatever it's called. Didn't jive with me the first little bit. It's a walking simulator, and the sword fighting kind of sucked in that first little bit. So I was like, I'm not feeling it right now. And I booted up Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I played the first one. So Halo 1,
Combat
I don't
Evolved
know,
or
CE
something.
or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, played it through, and now I am on Halo 2. So I am going to see how long I go through with this. And I've only played it up until the third Halo game. So I'm going to try and go through all the series and kind of see how they hold up, kind of see what I think of them. So I can kind of report right now. I played Halo 1, and that game does pretty well. I wouldn't say it holds up perfectly. It is interesting, like how much of the stuff I remember, how much I've forgotten. It's got some weird mechanics, like the driving mechanics in Halo is so weird because like your left thumbstick is to like drive forward or backwards, and then you steer by looking where the camera's looking, and it's just so awkward and weird. But yeah, it holds up pretty well for being like a 25-year-old game. So yeah, graphically it looks good. And then I booted up Halo 2. Man, what a jump from Halo 1 to Halo 2. Like I was blown away by how different those two games look. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this goes.
I think with the Master Chief, well, actually, I think there were remasters or re-releases even before the collection. But I think they put a lot more effort into Halo 2 because that was like their baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that the
It was a time
remaster
when
of
Halo
that was a
still
lot
relevant. I'm sorry I had to say that out loud, but it's true.
It is
Yeah.
kind of true.
It is.
But
kinda
like
true.
also like I'm gonna see how it goes. And then, like I know at the time it was like really interesting, but like it is not it's not an amazing game anymore. Like it's a lot of walking through corridors, and you get lost a lot in these corridors. Like, where the heck am I supposed to go? Like there's no direction. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like it's these small hallways that all look the same, and you're just kind of like figuring out where to go. And I've several times had to backtrack and be like, oh, I've come this way. And it was just interesting to see there. So
It's okay. It'll get better when they turn it into an open world. Oh, wait.
yeah.
No game ever said that.
So I'm gonna try and play them in chronological release, not like sequentially, like in terms of like story wise, but just from when they were released, because I've been told that that's the best way to play them. So yeah, I am probably maybe 10 or 20% through Halo 2. So we'll see how far I get through that. But yeah, that is my goal, is to get through as many Halo games as I can until I get bored or Star Wars comes out, whatever comes first.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a game that like, man, I wish I could go back and like play like these games and relive it, but it's just not in the cards for me anymore. And also like I have such a low opinion of Halo these days, I don't even know if going back and playing 1 and 2, which are legit my 2 favorites out of that. And I don't really enjoy many of the others beyond that. Like 3's okay, 4's okay, but like they're nowhere near as close to what 1 and 2 does. Like it's definitely just a case of like those games were so good then, and every time that I go back and like even just looking at this footage now, it just makes me sad. It honestly does.
I think it's one of those, you have to kind of appreciate it for what it was at the time. Like it was revolutionary at the time. And so I don't know if it necessarily holds up as like a great game to play, but from a industry and hobby sort of importance, it is a very important game to like the industry. Yeah. But it doesn't hold up as like, oh man, you can pick this up and play it today. Like you can, but it's not like, if I were to show someone who didn't know Halo, like if I were to show this to my son, I don't think he would be like, wow, this is so cool. He'd be like, oh, okay, this is kind of like,
yeah, it's not a game that I think you can put in a time capsule.
No. It belongs in the history books, but it doesn't belong in a time capsule.
Yeah, it's not bad, but there's like nothing so amazing about it that you're like, okay, I have to talk about how good this is, X many years from now. I don't think that we'll be saying that the same way that we would with so many other classics out there.
I mean, it was fun as someone who played Halo when it first, well, maybe not when it first came out, but like when Halo 1 was as big as it was. It's cool to kind of go back and see what it was and what it is now and like the changes we've had. But no, if you've never played Halo, I don't think Halo 1 will win you over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was actually in a unique situation. Now, this was 2019, but I got the Master Chief Collection on Steam before, had an Xbox, Game Pass, all that kind of stuff. And I'd never played any Halo before because I owned the original Xbox, got it modded, and it broke like 3 days later. And I was like, okay, cool. That was great. I can't return this anymore. Got it working, but like not enough.
What crap are you trying to pull, Walmart? You sold me a modded Xbox.
Yeah, what is this? What is this? Who opened this? It clearly says here, do not open this screw or it'll void warranty. I had never played any of them, and I played through the entire collection, so it was like Reach and 1, 2, 3, and 4. I thought Halo 1 was good, but not like amazing. It was like fun, and I understood it from like this is a historical game stuff. But when I played 2, 3, and Reach, as somebody who had never played Halo, and it was 2019, mind you, it blew my mind, those 3 games. Like Halo 2 ended, and I was so pumped and happy, and like it was such an amazing game with a cool story and all that kind of stuff. So it could also just be Halo 1 itself. And again, just because I was like unbiased with like any of the nostalgia factor, because I didn't play any of that. I didn't have friends who played it. I didn't go play it at someone's house or anything. So who knows? Maybe as you're playing 2, 3, or Halo Reach, like those were the 3 that really grabbed me. And then when I played 4, I was like, this is when the decline began. And then I played 5 when I got the Xbox Series X, and I was like, this looks beautiful, but is definitely where the series, like story-wise and everything, just took the worst turn ever. And then Infinite came out.
Where does ODST fall in this? Like, is ODST liked or is it not liked?
It's fine. Like, I think people would love to see another one. Comparatively, just because I think now, like, I'm sure some people feel differently, but I think a lot of people have just kind of got a sour taste in their mouth anytime Chief shows up again. So having ODST being completely away from it, would at least get, maybe a shot in the arm that it might need.
What about you guys? What have you guys been up to?
Well, I've done the anti-Chris, which is clear things off of my backlog.
Yep.
And by clear, I mean not finish anything, but I try like...
Chris is like, you can do that?
I shit you not. In the last 7 days, I have cleared 12 games off of my backlog, all of which that I have tried. And after like X amount of time went, nope, I don't need to actually finish this. No, we're good. Now we can finally get rid of that. So I won't tell you the list.
Give me a fast list. Give me a fast list.
Oh god. So I tried a game called Blood, but it's spelled
Okay.
Buld. It's like it looks like a Saturday morning like Adult Swim cartoon, like Teletoon cartoon. That's sort of like a Binding of Isaac sort of like style game. Wasn't too hot with that. I've messed with a couple of anime games, one of which is for a Spy X Family anime game, which is just basically a bunch of mini games. It's nothing special. I'm gonna give you the one that I think is the most important because it's the one that like is easily the worst thing that I've played, and I'm very glad that it's no longer on my list. So Immortals of Avium, that first-person magic shooter that everyone was looking at. I finally got around to playing it on Game Pass. It sucks. It's so bad.
Oh, that's too bad.
I played it on Series X, the console it's supposed to be made for. It doesn't run well. I had frame rate drops constantly playing this game. Makes no sense. It's a console, and it's the best console. Apparently, it's the most powerful console between all the consoles, and yet it couldn't run very well on the console. So yeah, that was not great. The magic is not that interesting. I think I've just kind of decided that this is the last straw. If I ever see a first-person magic game, I can't trust it. I don't think it's going to be any good because they just don't seem to work. But on top of that, when you have a cast of characters that have literally no interest in the first hour of the game that I played, there is no interest in the story, there's no interest in the setting. I'm like, did you guys literally just go, hey, let's make a first-person magic game? And they're like, cool. And then 5 years later went, oh shit, were we supposed to do anything else other than this concept? And then they just cobbled something together. Final Fantasy 15 would blush about how quickly they put together some random-ass story that no one cares about in this game. It's kind of embarrassing for a game that, the budget must have been stupid high on. But then again, EA made this or published it, so what was I really expecting in the end? But like, is there any sort of promise there? No. It's honestly like a game that just seemed like it was made 10 years too late and doesn't do anything interesting. And on top of that, it's boring as all hell. Nobody's interesting. Nothing around it is interesting. It is a colossal waste of your time. And I say that as someone who played it without paying any money because I got this on Game Pass, and I still don't think it was worth the hour and change I spent on it.
That sucks.
Yeah. It doesn't. I haven't heard good things, unfortunately, especially
I haven't heard anything
performance-wise.
about this.
No, I hadn't heard many good things either, but I'm like, let's take a shot at it. And after an hour, I went, okay, I understand why I haven't heard anything good about this. I'm sure it'll be all fine when Doom the Dark Ages comes out and shows, hey, here's what a good game can look like in that sort of magic-y sort of setting.
Rip and tear.
Even though I probably won't actually play it because they haven't been my thing as of recently, but I know if I could point to the damn it. See, I can't do this right. If I can point to the camera right, he'll like it.
Oh man, you guys want to feel like a badass? Just throw the Doom soundtrack on when you're doing like. I have never felt more badass doing the dishes or folding laundry than like listening to the BFG like soundtrack.
I mean, that's basically me and Chris whenever we listen to Killing Floor music.
That is also true. Though with the Doom music, one time I went for a run and I had like the best video game soundtrack playlist off of Spotify going. And it was an outdoor run. That's important because when the Doom soundtrack came on during that, I became like an Olympian. Like I was the best runner I've ever been, but I've decided I can never actually do that again because it was also the least safe run I think I've ever been on. It was like I just couldn't even pay attention to traffic. It was like, no, I'm on a mission, Doom guy. And you do feel like a badass. But yeah, warning if listening to outside with traffic.
Yeah.
Just don't listen to Frogger music either.
No, that is just asking for horrible things. Crazy Taxi, that's the one. See,
Chris, what about you? What have you been playing?
I did pretty typical Chris stuff. It's been a lot going on recently. There's 2 different soccer tournaments, which I love. There's Games Done Quick, which I think, Adam, are you wearing a GDQ shirt?
Yep.
I don't know if we're wearing the same one.
I think this is the second time in a row that a GDQ's been on and we've worn the same shirt. Now, granted, I have an excuse. This is my only shirt.
Oh, I have over like 20 of them because every time
I know, and somehow I think 2 GDQs in a row we've done this.
I've been wearing one every day. This just happened to be Tuesdays.
Sure,
because I have one. It is.
So what are you wearing on the podcast? I don't know. What are you wearing on the podcast?
So it's been, GDQ. So I've been watching that while playing mostly on the Steam Deck. and it's the Steam summer sale. So I did pretty typical Chris stuff by adding to my backlog, because why the heck not? I bought so far 6 games, nothing huge, but and in my defense, I'm almost done 3 of them. So
For you.
yeah, it's they're all like,
Congratulations, you still added 3 games to your backlog.
I've still added 3 games to my backlog. I have, and I keep looking, and I'm like, do I need to rebuy Celeste? I've already played and beaten it, but it's only $2 on Steam. It's 90-something% off. Holy crap, Steam sale. They have a deep discounts area. That is the most dangerous area to ever check. I think The Witcher 3 is like 93% off or something. Like, it's insane. They're older games, but like, why are they free? That's my question, you know? So the games I purchased, and I'm just going to go very quickly through a couple of them. They're all like indie games also. That's why I'm able to get through a bunch of them. I bought Dave the Diver. I was very excited to get that. I've always wanted to try it. Haven't played that one yet. That's one of the 3 I still have. I picked up a game today called X Zodiac. It's a indie game that's just Star Fox from the Super Nintendo, not even Star Fox 64. Somebody just made like a fan game that's the same thing. You know, a $6 game. Can't wait to play that. And I also got a collection of Final Fantasy games that were on Game Boy. It's called like Saga Final Fantasy Collection or something like that. Grabbed that just because I have a vendetta with those games. I had them on Game Boy as a kid and could not figure out how to get past like an hour of it because it's very complicated. JRPG on Game Boy, very limited. So I have a vendetta where I need to destroy those 3 games now. So that's why I grabbed those. And then the 3 that I've played and mostly beaten, a game called Dorf Romantic. It's literally like a cozy game where it's just
I've
cozy
played.
music.
I have the board game of this.
Oh, yes.
Just a second. You keep talking.
Okay.
He says
So
as he takes a drink.
I know, right? I was thirsty. It was perfect time. So it's just a tile game where you put tiles down of this beautiful area. And as you're putting the tiles down, you just get points. Yes, that's literally the thumbnail on my Steam Deck. They didn't even change the art.
They understood the assignment.
They understood the assignment. It's a super cozy game. There's very little that you do. There's very nice music that plays, or you can just turn it down and play a podcast. That's kind of what I did too.
Like the
put
PixelPlay
down
Podcast, posted every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I just replay our podcast to make sure that, like, do I like the sound of my voice this week? Oh, no, not really. Yeah, you put the tiles down, and it can have like trees or plains or like wheat or water or houses. And the idea is they're the 6-sided tiles, and it's just getting the tiles to line up. You get 10 points whenever they do. Whenever you get to a certain amount of points, you get more tiles. And the whole point of the game is just keep building this beautiful, like, nice world that you end up building. It's very cozy, very cute, windmills and that kind of stuff. And just see how long you can go and how many points you can get. Because, yeah, that's it. Like, even when you lose, it's like, cool, you've earned a beaver dam tile for putting down over 250 water tiles. Congratulations.
I'm just looking at it. It almost feels very Carcassonne-y to me.
Very much so.
Very much so, yeah. It's just relaxing. They even have an endless mode without the points, where you just literally put the tiles down to make something pretty. So I've played a bunch of this. It's just been like my cozy thing I would do while listening to a podcast or watching Summer Games Done Quick or something like that. I definitely say I got my fill of it. It's not an expensive game by any means. It's like $15 Canadian or something like that. Played probably 15 or 20 hours of it. Just, casually, like very much over many evenings of just coziness. Nice to play before bed kind of thing. Yeah, it's actually very cozy. So for anybody who's into cozy games like me, or just need that game in between the big games, great. It is delightful. The music is like the most relaxing thing. The only risk there is like you could literally close your eyes and fall asleep to the soundtrack. It's so just peaceful and nice, obviously. Very cool, cozy game. I did pick up Balatro, which will be on our side quest this week, where I'll save all of the conversation of that for that. And then my last game is the Deep Rock Galactic Vampire Survivor game. It's literally called Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So they literally took the Survivor part out of Vampire Survivors and just put it in. It is a very fun game. It's not as good as Vampire Survivors because and for anybody who doesn't know what that type of gameplay is, that's where it's like you're a character on a screen that's auto attacking all around you. You move the character, but you don't actually have to press any buttons for firing your guns or anything. It's all auto. So as enemies get killed, they'll drop XP. You pick up that XP, you level up. Perfect. You can either level up a weapon you have, or you can add more like upgrade the weapons you do have or get a new one, or you can maybe upgrade, like, you know, every time you pick up XP you actually get 6% more XP. Like, you always get to pick something every time you level up, and there's different rarity, and it's all like it's randomized. It is a lot of fun. It's very chaotic. The first time that I ran into the, what is that called, Adam? It's the same
Dreadnought?
thing in normal. The Dreadnought?
Dreadnought, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think that's what it's
so.
called.
It
Yeah.
just said on the screen, kill the Dreadnought.
Oh, okay, yes, that's it. It is terrifying because it can do this jump, and if it lands on you, you're like dead, and then you have to do your run all over again. You start on one level of the mine. You can mine minerals, which gets you like currency you can use to basically permanently upgrade certain things, like your armor, your health regen, your firing rate, your reload speeds, that kind of stuff. But that's the only stuff that actually does really keep each run. You can choose one of the 4 dwarves. They all kind of have something different about them. And it's, the idea is like you have to just do 4 levels, and each level, like, you have to kind of stick around till an elite monster shows up. You kill the elite monster, and then you have 30 seconds to get back in the pod. And then once you get in the pod, it takes you down to the next level. And it's kind of like just survive 4 levels and you did it. But the way they get you to actually play more is you only have 1 character and 1 map to start. You can unlock all 4 dwarves and 4 maps. After that, you unlock higher difficulties on those 4 maps and the different character, like, loadout, like what weapon will you come out with and that kind of stuff. My only issue with it, even though it is a lot of fun, it is only 4 maps and 4 characters, and I've unlocked all 4 characters and I've unlocked all 4 maps. I'm trying to do the second level of difficulty, but it's kind of that thing where you have to play a lot because I can't win. I was able to eventually get through the first level difficulty with each map and each character, but it was more just trial and error and kind of learning it. But now it's definitely just the difficulty ramps up, and with the current stats I have, I'll get close, but I won't be able to do it. So I have to play it a bunch of times, mine minerals, do some of the permanent upgrades, and then go and do it again. And to me, it's kind of lost that magic there. I still want to play, and I still really want to win the level 2. But yeah, it just kind of loses its magic. Whereas if you play Vampire Survivors, as you play, you unlock more characters and more maps. Like in Vampire Survivors, which is also like a $6 game. I think there's like 30 or 40 characters I had by the end of it, all very different from each other, like what kind of weapons and everything they'd have. And there was over 20 maps. So you could, like, you do 1 character, you'd finish all 20 maps, and you felt like, wow, I did it. But then you could go back and choose, like, all right, that was with the guy with a scythe. Now I can go and do the magic person who has a fire spell spinning around them, and try the 20 maps with a completely different character. Here, all 4 characters feel different, but there is only the 4 and the 4 maps. So the different, like, oh, what map and what character, like, there's not that much replayability to me. Or they'd have to lower the difficulty of each next tier, so you didn't have to grind for literal, like, so many attempts just to try one more time. Like, it really does feel like you're able to do that first wave of everything, those 4 maps, not too bad. Like, it's that perfect level of difficulty, and then they purposely ramp it up because they don't currently have more maps and more stuff to do. So they're more like, well, we'll just ramp up the difficulty, and they'll have to replay it a bunch of times to reattempt it at a higher difficulty. Mind you, it is also, I think, in early access. So that's probably why. This is just what they have so far. So I'm not faulting the developers. The game is really, really well made. I just think that for picking it up in early access, they'll probably have more later, and it's just not there yet. But it is a really fun game. And I mean, Canadian, it's $12 normal price. And right now in the Steam Summer Sale, I got it for like $8. So
Nice.
I've played 10 hours of it, and I'm going to probably put a little bit more in just to see if I kind of get a little of that feeling back to play a bit more. But it might be that I'm done with it. Kind of like I was with Dorf Romantic and maybe Balatro, but you'll have to stick around for the side quest to find out if I'm done with that one too.
Friday, 12 p.m. All right, guys, let's jump in this week's idea for the show. I
AKA,
threw down the
there were no
gauntlet.
stories this week, so we made something up.
It's not true. We could have talked. We could have talked about like Helldivers dropping like 90% of its player base or whatever, but I don't feel like being negative.
No.
That
So
being
yeah,
said,
no stories.
I want to throw a challenge down to you guys. So I came to you and I said, guys, let's see if we could travel around the world via video games. And so what I've proposed to you is we are going to do a challenge where we are going to see how many countries we've visited or we can visit through video games. So how this is going to work is we are each going to take a turn naming a game and the country that it is associated with. It does not need to be fully involved in that game. It can only be there for a little bit. But you visit that particular country in that game, you get a point. Now, once a country has been claimed, you cannot claim it. So if someone, let's say, claims the United States, we can't name any more games that take place in the United States.
Then the game would never
country.
end if we did. So
exactly, right?
Oh yeah.
So first one to put down their flag in that country gets the point. We get 3 strikes if you name a game that does not take place in that country. You're out. We did not prepare any sort of list or anything. We are just going off the top of our head, and we're just going to go in random order. Now, one caveat: the game has to take place in this world. It does not need to take place in this time period. So as long as it's like meant to be in a certain part of the world at a certain time, that's fine. If it takes place in the future, that's fine. So long as the country we are talking about still exists. So, for example, and we're going to put this one off the table. Cyberpunk 2077 still exists because it takes place in the United States. The United States has changed, but it's still the United States. However, something like Mad Max is not eligible for Australia because it never identifies or says that it takes place in Australia. Is it implied? Yes, but it's never spoken. So as long as it's kind of like supposed to be in that thing and it's clear, that's fine, but you can't just impose a country onto it. Make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What we'll do is we'll do like a 1, 2, 3 turn, and then we'll just shuffle it. So like for simplicity, I'll go with my screen. I'm on the left, so I'll go first, Adam, and then Chris, and then it'll go Adam, Chris, and then me, and then Chris, me, Adam. So we'll just kind of go down the line. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We all in agreement?
all right,
Very much so.
Let me get our screen up as I pull up not Photoshop to do this.
Adam, you let me know when you're ready.
Whenever you guys are. So if you're up, I guess your first pick.
Do we want to randomly order this, or do we want to just?
It's fine.
Nah, go ahead.
All right, you're gonna hate me for this.
Look, Chris knows that he's gonna lose, so giving him third gives him at least a fighting chance at the start.
Yeah, or the one answer I have, you guys.
No, I'll let Chris go first because he's the lead.
No. You go. You're first.
We already agreed on the rule.
Yeah.
All right. Japan, Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Good pick.
Adam.
All right. So my strategy. Hang on. Clicking things is hard. My strategy is to just take away all the easy stuff. So I'm immediately going to the United States. And oh god, like what do I even pick here? There's like 7,000 games. So you know what? I'm going to take the most American game possible, and that's Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth because it takes place in Hawaii.
I thought you were going to say like Oregon Trail or something.
Nope.
Oh, I love it. All right, so you took the US. I'm going to go with Canada then. I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to take the very obviously named game, Death Road to Canada.
I'm very disappointed in you for not picking Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, true. I've never technically even played that game, so that's
I was
going
to pick Assassin's Creed Rogue for Canada.
Right. That technically also is in Canada.
Well,
wow,
Kaylan, it's funny you say that since it's my pick now. I'm going to screw you a little bit and start taking some of those off the board. So I'm going to go with Egypt and go with Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay.
Good pick. I'm going to take... Oh, it's me, right? That's how it was next. Yeah. So I'm going to take England, and I will be taking Forza Horizon 4. That is how I am going to do that one, because that's the one that takes place
Should have
in
just gone with Assassin's Creed
England.
Syndicate just to keep pissing off Kaylan.
I know.
I'm gonna play the Assassin's Creed card. I'll be dirty. I'm gonna go Assassin's Creed 2 for Italy.
Okay. Assassin's
Chris,
Creed
you're up first.
2, so that brings up Chris again.
All right, so I'm gonna go with France. Assassin's Creed Unity.
I'm sensing a trend here. Kaylan?
I'll go Greece with Odyssey.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep this going, and I'm gonna go way up because again, I'm gonna be real technical here because this is actually considered a country. I'm gonna go with the Vatican City and go Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Ooh.
You sneaky little jerk, but it's
I
so
thought
true.
so.
You-
So that means it's back
So
to
good.
Kaylan.
yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Assassin's Creed, and I'm gonna put Jamaica.
I'm assuming
With
which
Black
one?
Flag. Black
Thank
Flag.
you. I mean, I knew you knew, but you know. Because I was gonna say, no, the original does not take place in Jamaica. I'm pretty certain of that one. Which is why, since it's my turn again, I will go with Israel and go with Assassin's Creed. We're starting to run out here. I think.
Only
know,
if you're
are
not
we?
a true fan.
Are we running out? Chris?
No, there's so many Assassin's Creed games. It's insane. You guys are fine. All right, so I'm gonna go with India, and instead of saying Assassin's Creed India, which obviously is the side-scrolling in Assassin's Creed game, I'm gonna pick a different game, and I'll go with what's it called? Raji, an ancient epic. It was a game that took place in ancient India, and I played it on Game
I think it's
Pass.
spelled
It's a really good
R-A-J-I
game.
if I remember correctly.
R-A-J-I, yeah. I just saw it on the Steam Summer Sale today.
I'm just gonna put
I was
that
like,
in
oh
the
yeah,
side. I
that
don't
was
know
a
the
lot.
full
That was a
title.
good game.
Let's see. So that was Kaylan did the last first pick. So yeah, that's gonna be up to me again. All right. Do I want to pull something big right off the bat, or do I want to go? This is all because I'm not in the case of like I have answers. I'm trying to think of how I want to strategize it and start taking stuff away because that's
Yeah.
kind of where we are now, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of Assassin's Creed on the board.
There is. Damn it! I'm really trying to be clever on what I want to strategize here, and I can't. So you know what? I'm gonna go with. Better be careful. I want to make sure I'm thinking this is the right place. And Chris, you'll be the first to correct me. I'm gonna go with Mexico and say Forza Horizon 5, which is the new one. I believe that's Mexico. Right?
Oh, you took Mexico. I was
That's
gonna
a
go
good
with
one.
Recon Advanced Warfighter.
That's a good one. Yeah, I had that one in my head
scared
too.
me for a second there. I'm like, crap. I don't remember if it's Mexico or like somewhere else in South America.
I mean, it's wrong. You lose. No, you're right.
Yeah, you're not good enough to put that poker face on. So, anyways, you're up next. What you got?
I'm gonna go with Russia, Metro 2033 or Metro, all the Metro games. I think every single one.
Yeah, pretty much works. Okay, Kaylan.
I'm gonna milk Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna go Mirage for Iraq.
Mm.
Good. Okay. Nope, I don't want the text button. Photoshop, thank you. Chris, that brings you up.
Assassin's Creed Revelations, was that Turkey?
I honestly couldn't confirm that one without Googling.
Constantinople.
Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul.
Istanbul. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Wait, we didn't use that one, did we?
No, you're good.
Okay.
So sorry, that was which one was that?
Istanbul?
Yeah. For Revelation.
No. Which game? Which AC game?
Oh, Revelations.
Thank
Assassin's
you.
Creed Revelations.
Revelations. Good Lord, brain.
Yeah, write that actually. Revelations.
So where does that put us? That puts us back to Kaylan.
I'm gonna go Assassin's Creed 1 for Syria.
I've already put Assassin's Creed 1 down.
Oh no, but we could have the same game, just it can't claim.
I thought we were agreeing in the chat before, and that we weren't going to overtop games, because then if that case, there are some games that we could say like 10 times, because there are some games with like multiple countries in it.
Oh, I misunderstood the rules. Chris, you're the commissioner. What do you think?
I think that was in the chat.
Well, here's my reasoning for it. Because I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to put this out. If I use Formula 1, I can get like 10 countries in.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, then I'm going to put Iceland for Hellblade. Hellblade number 2 takes place in Iceland.
Yes, it does. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Chris, you're going to appreciate the memes on this one. I'm going to go with the Philippines and go with Crisis.
Ooh. Ah, yes. Yes.
Okay, so where are we at? We're at pick number 7, so that's back to Kaylan.
I am going to put Germany for Call of Duty, the first one.
I mean, you could have just said any Call of Duty, and we probably like, yeah, that probably sounds about right.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm also sad because I think that took. Oh my god! I keep trying to click off the text bar. There we go. Oh my god! Was that game just in Germany, or was it? I think that was also in France. I'm trying to remember where the Saboteur was.
France.
Because I think it was in a bunch of stuff too, right? I don't think it was just. But I don't want to assume at this point. All right, I'll go a little bit off the board that some people would forget. I'm gonna go with Afghanistan and say Metal Gear Solid 5.
Nice.
Metal Gear Solid 5. Good lord, brain. I can't type for shit today.
Leave it. There is.
Nope.
It's like a typewriter. There's no backspace.
Nope. My OCD won't allow it. All right, that brings us back to you, Chris. We are at 7 now.
Still can't believe you guys
nobody falling out
gave
yet.
up on Assassin's Creed so quick. So Norway, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Nice.
Sorry, Norway.
Norway.
Okay.
I already took England.
All right, so that puts us at 8. So
Wait. I'm gonna challenge this. Did Assassin's Creed take place in Norway or Sweden?
Okay, since we're gonna challenge it, let's take a look.
I thought it was Norway. It's been a while since I suffered through the opening and ending of that game.
It does mention Norway in Wikipedia. As it says, in 873 CE, political pressures in Norway prompt Ivor and her adoptive older brother. My brain immediately thinks if it's already saying in the setting story, I think you're safe.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Just checking if it gets. I'm just gonna do a quick perusal, see if it gets mentioned. Okay, well, it's mentioned more than once in the art in Wikipedia. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're safe. You're definitely safe.
That's fine.
Mentioned 173 times.
yeah, that's about that. All right. I'm getting clever. I think I'm just looking at the list to make sure no one's done it yet. Yep, I am. Chris, you're going to love this. China. I am throwing completely off the wall here. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, because those Olympic Games were 2008 in Beijing. I'm a clever son of a bitch. Remember when I said in the chat, I got some random ones that I could think of? These are the kind of ones.
Yeah, you could have just said Assassin's Creed China, because I'm pretty sure that's
not
one of
as fun.
That's like a side-scrolling Assassin's Creed. They had so many of those like side-scrolling ones.
And I'm trying to get away from those now. I've done 3.
Yeah, well, I gotta rely on those soon. Okay, is it back to me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Fuck. What am I at? Oh, which one is it? Okay, so have we said Australia? What are my glasses on? Okay, Australia, Forza Horizon 3.
Yep. That was also part of my list. Caps lock, please.
Thank you, gaming.
That's the thing with Forza, right? Like, there's a lot of those that I'm like, yeah, okay. That was the main thing. Like, I immediately was like, okay, Forza, I know does a bunch of locations. I'm like, okay, Mexico for sure, Australia for sure, England for sure, and then I'm like, I don't remember what the others were, but those are all the recent ones, because I think that's 3, 4, and 5 that we've done. Yeah.
That's as far as my brain knows of that series.
You know, Photoshop, when I click right next to the letter, I expect that means I want to highlight that. Kaylan, back to you. We are at, what are we at now? 8?
This is Kaylan's 8th.
Round 8.
I'm gonna go Ukraine with Stalker.
That's a good
Ooh.
one.
Shit. Now we're going deep in games, and this is where I'm going to fail. This is
I'm just
this
getting
was the
started, Chris. I'm just
Well,
getting
it's a good
started.
thing that it's your turn again, Chris.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We're just getting. I thought I went first. No, I just went first. No,
Nope.
you did. Wait.
Yep, because I went with China and then you went Australia.
Fuck me. All right.
You're every 3 turns. We are on turn 9.
Oh, I thought I had a moment to think.
All
All right. Come on, map. Again, is Hyrule a continent or a country? I never know.
I'm gonna say no.
What about kingdoms, like the Mushroom Kingdom? Is that a full? No. Okay.
I mean, there are kingdoms that would exist on Earth, just not that one.
That's true. Ah, shoot. All the big main countries that I'd thought of, we've covered. Siberia. The
That's
game
not a
Siberia.
country.
That's Russia.
No, that's it. Fuck.
And you already used Russia for Metro.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah, you took Russia from yourself.
I did take it from
He
myself.
sniped his
I
own.
did.
Congratulations, Chris.
Damn
You
it.
played yourself.
I played myself. Another one. All right. Shit. And then, all right, what else do I got? I'm literally in my mind looking at a map, trying to think of what games
You
I
wanna
have
pass?
played.
I mean, Kaylan, at what point do we put a timer on?
I think what we should just do is you can pass. You can skip this round for the points, but stay in the game. We'll just count it as one strike, and then you can still stay.
Yeah,
in.
like count it as a strike.
Yeah.
Okay, give me like 10 seconds and then I'm going to do that. Or maybe
Yeah.
not even 10 seconds. Like, shit. Oh, but I don't know where in that continent it was. Shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you gotta
okay.
take a guess, you gotta take a guess.
No. It's because I no, because
Okay,
if I
well,
say it,
what's
then you
the- what's
guys
the
can you
game?
guys steal it if I say it?
Yeah. If it's wrong, yeah.
Yeah, no, then I'm not saying it because I can maybe figure it out if I think longer.
You'd
So I'll
rather
pass
take
the
a strike?
I'd rather take a strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the first one out. My yeah. Is that the Family Feud X?
I don't know. I just grabbed whatever I found off of Google. So where are we
love
at?
it.
We are at round. Oh yeah, we're still in round 9. Now I'm gotta be thrown off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this intentionally, so I know that Chris has taken an X, so I don't forget. So I don't forget the turn order. So that brings us back to Kaylan.
I'm gonna put Belgium for Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway.
Nice. I like that.
You guys have played games I've never played. Damn it.
Maybe if you opened your backlog once in a while, Chris.
I do, but they always take me to places that aren't real. Oh.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna again, because I said the whole thing about the games that I have to take off the list. I'm gonna do this for Monaco and take F1. Insert whichever one. Let's just say 24, just to keep it happy. Watch, somebody in chat's gonna be like, "Actually, Monaco isn't in F1 24." But there, I've taken Formula 1 off the list, so I've really taken away some stuff. So that brings it back to... Oh, no, that brings it back to Kaylan, because we're on round
Kaylan.
10. Photoshop,
Is it my
please
turn
be
again?
nice to me.
Okay.
All right. Kaylan.
North Korea with Mercenaries.
Nice. Because initially I thought Homefront, then I realized, no, Homefront never goes back to North Korea. It's only in the States.
Yep.
Mercenaries, man, that's a good one. I wish they bring that series back.
I have so many fond memories playing that in my dorm room on the crappy, like, 17-inch TV I got from some random guy one summer when I was working. He was like tossing it out and he's like, "Hey, you want a TV?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I played that on my Xbox in my dorm room.
Nice.
So I assume now, because I assume that this counts because it's a stage in one of these games. Brazil for Street Fighter because Blanca always has a stage
bitch.
there.
Yeah,
Took it
that
from me.
counts. Fuck, I didn't think of fighting games. That's
I was
I'll
gonna
just do
I was gonna
Street
do
Fighter
Mercenaries
2
too.
Turbo just to put that in there.
it's so specific.
Yeah, because that's my favorite one.
Turbo Terminate Edition 0.8. I don't even know. There's so many.
Well, you're too busy thinking about
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter names. I hope you thought of a new name for a country here.
Yeah, so I had 2. I'm trying to think of which one I want to use. You threw me off with the fighting games because that was a good idea. All right, I'm gonna go Poland. Have we said Poland? I don't think so.
Nope. Poland's
No.
not on the list.
Okay. Wolfenstein, because at one point he is.
Yeah,
It's the new ones.
Is it the New Order?
He wakes up.
I think so.
Not.
New Order.
I don't know if is it New Order. I can't remember the new naming convention.
Yeah, no, it's the new. It's New World Order. No.
Yeah, it's the New Order, and then like
yeah,
yeah.
There's Young Bloods
Old
and
Blood.
there's
Old
Yeah.
Blood's the
Blood,
other
yeah.
one. Yeah, and it's not
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
a new World Order. Oh my God, can't speak.
Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
I'm okay. I promise.
Okay. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna pull out one of my real rare ones just because I'm starting to run out of ideas. I need more time to think. I'm gonna pull up Bolivia, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
son of a bitch. Which one are you using?
You'll never know this one. It's a JRPG called Shadow Hearts from the New World,
Oh,
Where-
come on.
where you go to like
Oh,
an
shit.
Aztec ruin. Over
All right,
there.
wait, Chris, why are you calling bullshit on this?
Because it's so out of left field. There's no way I would have thought of that. But it's true.
That was one of my easy ones because I was saving that with Ghost.
I was trying to figure out which, because there's
Wildlands.
technically two countries I could have thrown that, because either Bolivia or Peru that same game goes to. I'm like, which South American country do I want to take away? Chris, you're up.
Do sports games count?
Yeah. I mean, again,
Okay,
we're gonna have to decide on like how it works, because like again, I've taken F1 off the map.
Franchise. I'd say franchise.
I assume like
Okay,
if you throw
yes.
it like FIFA, because I know
Yeah.
with your sports games, if you throw in FIFA, like FIFA's done because you can only do so many of those.
I was thinking Qatar because FIFA 23 had the World Cup. It is an entire thing in it, and it was all taking place in the stadium in Qatar.
Are you going with FIFA 23?
23. Yeah.
Because I
'Cause
trust
that's
you, but I also
specifically
want to
said.
double check to make sure that that actually is there.
Yeah, that's the whole World Cup.
Well, because don't they usually do like
Edition
a
was built in.
separate game for them? Or did
For
they
World
or
Cup?
did they stop doing that? Because they used to do like separate World Cup games before.
No, they had the entire mode. That's the only reason I bought that one. That and it had the Ted Lasso characters.
Okay, yeah. I had to double check because I'm like, I wonder if I could catch you on this one. And nah, I tried though.
No. That's as far as I get with sports, though.
All right, Kaylan.
I'm gonna go with Dubai with Spec Ops: The Line.
I was thinking of that game, and I was trying to remember where that took place, because all I can think of ever is just the white phosphorus, and I can't get past it. Ah, it's such a good game.
So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Yep, Chris is up again.
God damn it. How? I just went. Ah, I'm not ready. All right.
See, it's
Holy
great now,
shit.
Kayla, because now when Chris gets turn, we got time to think.
Yeah, I might just start giving myself strikes so you guys don't have time. No, screw it. Strike me. I'm out. Strike me. You guys don't get to think. No.
All right, fine. Kaylan, you're up. Oh, wait, hang on. I got to put an X here on Chris just so I remember again. Okay. All right, now go, Kaylan. You had an
I
extra
put
5 seconds.
Tunisia.
Sorry, what?
Tunisia with Call of Duty 2. Tunisia.
Indonesia?
Oh, I didn't.
Tunisia.
Oh, Tunisia.
I did.
Let me just quickly check that one just because I don't know
Sure.
if either of us actually know. Okay, yeah. Checks out. All right. Oh my god, like the more and more I play this, I'm like, are me and Kevin actually gonna max out the room I put in here? Okay, yeah, I'll go Austria. I think nobody said Austria. No one said
Nope.
Austria.
No.
You're good.
007 Nightfire, because the first mission in that that
Ooh.
ski resort or whatever, where you're on like the ski lift and shit, that's Austria. That brings Kayla back up because that's round 13.
Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow takes place in Panama.
Splinter Cell. Which one again?
Pandora Tomorrow.
Panama. Now this is the point where I'm like, okay, I actually don't know some of these, so I've really got to be careful on that. Okay, you have to give me a sec here because you may be wrong. Actually, I'm just checking. I'm looking, but you're looking like you might have mixed up your games.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I'm looking on the Splinter Cell wiki. The only mention of Panama is for Chaos Theory.
Oh, okay.
And that's the challenge with going with specific games. You're like, oh crap. Okay, Kaylan gets a strike on the board. And now that means with I have no idea what fucking is in Panama right now. That's not gonna happen. Shit.
You were gonna try and steal Panama?
I mean, if I could have thought of one, I would have.
Yeah, that's not an easy one. I can name a couple movies. I got nothing game wise.
Oh, I'm a clever boy for this.
What you got?
Vietnam, Rambo: First Blood, Part 2 on the Sega Master System because the movies take place in Vietnam, which means the game has to.
God.
Doesn't First Blood take place in like the United States?
Like the first one, yeah, but Part 2's and has like there's still I imagine there's gonna be flashbacks in Vietnam too, because that's the entire.
I'm gonna call you
thing.
on that one. I call you on that one.
Well, go look it up. Give Chris a hand. He needs the extra minute anyway.
Oh no, I got one. Is it my turn? I think it's my turn. Oh God, unless we've said it. No, I don't think so. Haha. Wait, have we? No. Is it my turn?
As soon as we decide whether or not it works.
I'm working on it.
The only reason I think that is because, like, even just quickly Googling it, IMDb even mentions in the synopsis for Part 2 saying Rambo returns to the jungles of Vietnam.
Fine, you can have it.
Yeah, fine. Takes place inside an NES cartridge, so it's gonna be
technically
what
none
it's
of
gonna
these
be.
are in a real place because they're all in a cartridge or a disc or in the cloud. Well, Chris,
that was gonna be my answer.
Apparently, you've got one. What you got? Because you are down your last strike.
Yeah, I'm taking your 007 trick here. So Cuba, GoldenEye 007.
I had that in my back pocket too.
As soon as you mention it, I'm like, oh fuck, if we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but now that I've used that game, fuck.
Yeah, now you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, now I gotta.
Oh boy. I'm looking at. See, the problem is now that we've gotten so many countries, I'm like, oh god, am I at a point where I'm running out of things to... Nope. Oh, but crap, do I know what a game that has that name of it? Shoot, I'm taking a risk here if I do this.
What do you got?
Okay. If this isn't the name of a game, then I get the strike. Is there a game called Madagascar the Game? Based off of the movie. So I'm going with Madagascar.
Jesus Christ.
Is there a game named Madagascar the Game? Somebody check it.
I'm pretty sure there is. Chris, you check it. My computer can't handle two things at once.
And it has to be, I've specifically said Madagascar the Game. If I'm screwed on that.
And does it take place in Madagascar? Because I thought the goal was they were trying to get to Madagascar.
There's gotta be. I feel like I can picture the fucking box art for like a GameCube game.
I'm pretty sure actually. No.
I think I might have actually shot myself in the foot on this one, but I'm not sure.
Madagascar 3, the video game on Xbox 360.
He didn't say 3. He said Madagascar.
I think I've shot myself in the foot finally. Because I'm not seeing anything that tells me. I panicked.
So there is a Madagascar 3, but it takes place in a circus.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give myself a strike.
Like
I don't trust
Italy
myself
or
enough
something.
Here.
What the hell is this game? Where did they go in the third movie?
All right. Well, in the meantime, that you've been searching Madagascar references, Chris, do you have another game?
I've got one, but I've got the continent and not the actual like country in the continent. So because I've never
I also
actually
just
played
realized
it.
like I had a way better answer for Mexico than Forza. Red Dead Redemption just came to my brain. Of course, now I'm at the point that I'm thinking of games that we've already said countries for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot for all the countries we've gone over. I have like 3 for each, and then this is where I run out. Yeah, and I don't want to say what it is in case you guys actually know the answer, and then I'd rather watch
I think I've
the
got
two
one for
of
Panama,
you fight.
Kaylan.
Wait, but you can't say hit the game that he used, right? Is that the
No.
rule? Because he
No,
had
because
said
I've
it?
already figured that out. So I've taken that off. Like I've taken that out for that reason.
So if I guessed and was wrong, you guys couldn't still use my game.
No, because if we research it and we find out something else, then we can't use it.
I know I'll get it wrong because I know the continent and not the country. But I could take it away from you guys if I say it. I'll still take the strike, but also steal the game from you guys.
Well, you're not stealing the game if we can't. Well, never mind. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, I guess. All right, fine. Then never mind. I'm not even going to mention it. Yeah, I'm just going to take my final strike because I've been thinking of this one, and I haven't actually played it.
Well, I
so
mean,
I'm
if it's your last strike, you might as well throw a dart.
I can't because if I get it wrong and then you guys can steal it, then
But it doesn't matter. You're out.
No, I don't. But I want to watch you two fight for the battle without like giving one of you the edge up of taking my
It's
good
gonna
one.
get harder too because we don't have time to think when Chris is like killing time.
Yeah. So yeah, give me the strike. I'm out. Sorry guys.
Shit.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, this one might be controversial, but I'm gonna put Ireland with the first Hellblade game because they're Celts. So I'm gonna put Ireland.
I defer to you on that,
Oh.
Chris.
The first Hellblade game.
Yeah.
I defer to you on that one. I have no knowledge of that.
Yeah, Chris, you're not gonna fact check us. Now that's done to us, you're gonna fact check these games.
Yeah. So you said the first Hellblade, right? I heard that right?
Like Senua, like the
yeah, Senua's
yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah blah.
whatever. I'm gonna say it takes place in Ireland, or what is now Ireland.
Side note: in
Well,
retrospect,
it's
I'm very mad that you
Helheim.
took FIFA, Chris, because I can't say South Korea for FIFA.
Where the fuck? Because it's Norse. She went to Helheim.
That's a mythical place.
Yeah.
Does it not take place in Ireland though?
Let's
She
see.
goes somewhere which has the door to Helheim. And I'm
But it's
trying to
never
figure out like where she went.
Does it say she's
Well, that
Celtic
had
or
the door.
she's a Celt?
No. She's Norse.
The closest
Okay,
I'm
then that's
seeing,
not
'cause I'm
Ireland.
looking around it too,
No.
is that I'm either seeing Iceland or I'm seeing like an interview where it's
Yeah.
mentioning that they say it's in these islands that are just off of Scotland, is what they're also saying.
Ah,
But I mean, Chris, have you seen anything else?
No, and I've even played through the game. It never says like where she
Fair enough. I'll take the
actually went.
strike.
Yeah, where the
take the
second
strike.
one very much was Iceland. Like it's
Mhm.
they like say where they went by boat.
Okay,
Ooh, that's 2 strikes.
that's back-to-back X's. So, Chris, I'll need you to fact check me on this one, but I'm gonna still do it. Panama. Is Max Payne 3 have a point where it's in Panama? I'm pretty sure on that one.
3?
Yeah, Max Payne 3 specifically.
Massacre in Panama is a level in Max Payne. God damn it. Why is this website so awful? Oh, game Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3, yes.
Yes.
The Panama Canal.
Okay, so what turn? Oh god. Well,
It's just
I
me and
guess
you now.
because
Go
based
back
on the
and forth.
lines, that means Kaylan's up again anyway. I guess we're going back and forth. So
I'm gonna put Nepal with Far Cry 3. No, wait, no, sorry, not Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4.
Oh, there you go. I was like, oh no. Yeah, that is definitely that one. I can check it, but that is.
one of you probably knows it. Did one of the Uncharted games do that as well? I'm trying to remember.
Yep.
Wasn't there one that they went to that too?
Yep.
Paul? Yeah, I don't remember which one though. Second one?
Okay.
Yep.
Second one.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I've got one more racing game that in my holster that I can use. I just gotta think of a country they might have been in. That's my real challenge. Chris, since you're my Google person, have MotoGP on the ready. I'm gonna take. I gotta figure out a game or a country that there would be a race in though. Shit. Also, I just realized we put in Dubai, but really it's the UAE, so I should probably fix that because again, my brain will not allow it. What friggin' what countries do they usually do these kind? So we've done we did Indonesia, we did the Philippines, we've done China, we've done Japan, Austria, most of the European countries. Does Spain or Portugal do those? Oh no, I know Malaysia. Malaysia, I think, does. Yeah, I'm gonna take a risk here and go with Malaysia.
And what was that for?
MotoGP.
MotoGP.
So like the F1 version of motorcycle racing, basically. And let's just say, I don't know, like 22. Just because I have to put a year in, otherwise it's kind of cheating.
Yeah.
He's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just found a game where I'm like, how the hell?
Now, out of curiosity, is there
that?
like a list of tracks on there? Would Spain or Portugal have worked if I'd used those instead for MotoGP? Because now it's off the list. Now MotoGP, I'm done with racing games.
It was a category for games set in Malaysia.
Okay.
My turn?
Yeah.
Far Cry 2, South Africa.
I think that's right.
Is that where it was? I'm trying to, because it's been so long since I played Far Cry 2.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, now I'm doubting it, but I think it's South Africa.
No,
I'm thinking I'm wrong.
So, funny enough, the game that I was thinking of, this was the issue I was running into too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so mine was Resident Evil 5 because it's in Africa, but I was like, but which country? And I haven't played it. And it says Far Cry 2. Actually, I should probably go in here instead of
like a wiki that has the.
Now you got me doubting myself.
Well, because one thing I saw is that it's in an unnamed country in Africa, which, by the way, is why I couldn't think of. I never played Resident Evil 5, but Resident Evil 5, apparently it does say the name of the country, and it's not real. They used a fake country in Resident Evil 5.
Pop out.
Synopsis: in the wake of a rebellion against the old government of an unnamed African nation.
Damn it!
Yeah. They didn't go with a specific country, which is exactly what was happening
Kaylan's
to me.
out.
I'm out.
All right, so I guess I get to see how long I can last. Oh god.
Yeah, let's go. Just start naming them.
Yeah, just go.
I'm trying to like now that we mentioned Uncharted 2 for Nepal, I'm trying to think if I can remember any locations that was in an Uncharted game.
I'm gonna throw one out there. If you don't have one, I've got a question. I think I've got one for Uncharted. I just want to wait, and I don't want to take it away from you.
Yeah, for me it was tough, except for Uncharted 2, which I should have thought of. That's the only one I can remember the exact setting.
Well, I know 3 takes place in 3 takes place in Tunisia, and 4 takes place in Madagascar.
Yeah, I forget both of those facts. Jungles.
And I've got
they
one
took
for
place
2. And 2
trees.
2 did take place in Nepal as well.
Yes, I know that part.
This is man.
I mean, a couple countries.
Well,
and I was
Adam,
like,
think about it.
games
I'm pretty impressed with how this turned out. How many did we get? Let's see.
So at this point, like where we're at, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We went to 16 rounds at this point, and I'm still keeping it alive.
16 rounds minus.
So like at this point, the most that any of us have gotten is me at 15.
Yeah.
I got to 11.
Yeah. Oh,
And that's a
man.
lot more than I thought I was gonna get.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Prince of Persia. Let's just say the Sands of Time, because I'm pretty sure the Prince of Persia series is set in Iran.
That would be right.
I've never actually played
Me
this
neither.
one.
But Prince of Persia is what is now Iran. Iran.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. God, trying to find some of these wikis really suck.
Fuck. No, I had, a game I just had in my head. I'm like, Alpha Protocol goes in a few places, and then I realized, no, they went to China. Nope, I already took China. Fuck. And then I'm like, I think there was also a map where they were in Australia or something. Oh wait, where was? Because I'm thinking spy games now. Where the hell was Deus Ex in? Human Revolution, wasn't that somewhere? Crap, was that the Philippines or was that? Or was it? No, was it Singapore, Malaysia? Oh fuck. You know what? I'm just gonna throw, because it's the only other country I think that's left in that area. Wait, is it either? No, Mankind Divided was Europe, I think. Human Revolution, that was definitely somewhere in Asia. Yeah, fuck it. Singapore, Deus Ex Human Revolution. I think I'm wrong. I think it was in Malaysia.
That sounds right.
I'm trying to get a straight answer.
Now I'm just trying to think of like movie related games and trying to like put places to that. I'm trying to save myself somehow.
By the way, I think you're at a check mark.
You think so?
Sit on this for a little while. Are you putting Human Revolution as Singapore?
Yeah.
I'm checking right now for you.
See what I can come up with too. Because if I remember correctly, I think Mankind Divided is like somewhere in Europe, right? It's like France or something.
Which one?
Like Mankind Divided, the next one. I think that one was.
That takes place in Prague.
Right. Wikipedia.
Yeah, all I've found so far is Prague when it comes to Mankind Divided.
Oh no, I'm talking Human Revolution.
Oh, Human Revolution. Well, that's a big.
On the wiki,
let's see. China is one of the places.
I got Singapore. Singapore comes up.
But you did say Singapore, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I just searched it, and it says, with Tong's help, Jensen stows away in a stasis pod, waking up in a secret Singapore base days later.
Yeah, it's Singapore. That's what I'm finding here too.
Survived again. Oh god. Okay, so I've definitely ruled out Deus Ex. What about Bond movies? Is there any other Bond movie that we haven't put a country in?
Not without that. Well, maybe.
Tomorrow Never Dies, I think, is China, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't think that works.
No, it's taken.
Where was The World Is Not Enough? Because part of it was... World Is Not Enough, Romania?
Oh, I don't know.
That's my... Yeah, I'm kind of just throwing out the win here. I don't think... You don't have to tell me the country. If I can just throw like 2 European countries at it and try, like that's fine. You can just let me know if you don't see anything on it. We'll take a look too.
I've got freaking movie filming locations.
Mm.
I already think I'm in a no zone because searching Romania in the wiki for the movie. Any deeper in the article either, so.
Jesus, they filmed in like 6,000 places.
I don't think I'm seeing anything. I think I do have another one though. Now that I think I just remembered one. I might have the wrong game though. Yeah, I can't find anything either, so I'm gonna give myself the X on that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just trying to remember if it's Medal of Honor, like I'm talking the reboot that they did. I'm trying to think if it was either Medal of Honor or Warfighter, because I remember there being like a controversy with Pakistan that there was a couple of games, because I know one of the Call of Duties got blacklisted. I think it might have been Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. I can't remember which one. But there was also a Medal of Honor game that the same thing where they did missions against a terror organization in Pakistan and they outlawed it. I remember that being a story. I'm just trying to remember which one it was. Was it the original or was it Warfighter?
By the way, I just stumbled into a Reddit post of all the locations in Splinter Cell. Man, we could have done a whole like.
If you had remembered levels, yeah, you could have gone nuts with that too.
Yeah,
yeah. I played way too little.
We still spent way too much time on a Ubisoft franchise, so we did them proud at least a little bit. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go with Pakistan. I'm gonna guess Warfighter because I want to say the original one was more kind of based on like, you know, more common stuff like with America and shit. Although I don't even remember what was going on with that. I'm just going off of the controversy I remember there being.
Which one did you say? Sorry.
Warfighter.
Yeah, there's a Pakistan car chase in the game.
Cool.
Look at Adam go.
I have such a good one now. That's so cheating, but like, God, it could have been my lifeline.
Is it cheating if I have a map in front of me right now so I can just look at countries? Up to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have to start wrapping it up, so this is not making for. This is not.
What are you talking about? I want to look cool in front of everybody. Okay, is there any Assassin's Creed games we missed? I think we might have actually got them all now.
There's a couple we missed, but we've already used their countries.
By the way, Kaylan, I'm really mad at you for taking Jamaica way at the beginning, because you know what I could have used? Kingdom Hearts 2, because the Pirates of the Caribbean level in that is based off of Port Royal in Jamaica.
Hey, I'm mad that you took Brazil from me because I was going to Brazil and Bolivia. So
what were you going to use Brazil and Bolivia for, out of curiosity?
Brazil was going to be Mercenaries 2. Bolivia was going to be Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Nice. Yeah, the Ghost Recon ones, I'm like, I know they take place in somewhere in South America. I just don't know where. Trying to think of like any major countries that are left. Spain and Portugal are still standing out. I just can't think of anything that was done in either of those.
My secret weapon would have worked.
Yeah, we weren't allowing Hyrule though.
No, I mean the game that I wish I had thought of as my wild card just in case.
All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds, Adam.
Yeah, I think I might be done here. Maybe Tomb Raider is something. Nah, I can't think of any. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff all flooding into each other.
Oh, you just got me thinking. You could have done Peru for Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear my wild card? That would have been perfect.
What
no,
you
thank
got?
you.
Did you just say no, thank you?
Go ahead, Chris. I'm just being a dick.
Euro Truck Simulator. You literally could have used it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, because I thought, oh God, when I thought of that after, because I was like, okay, Croatia. What is a country in Croatia? All right. And I started going through countries in my head. And I'm like, fuck, I can't think of any of these games. And then Euro Truck Simulator could have worked for any of those as like a last resort. Oh.
So if I'm doing my calculations right, we got 45 countries out of 195 countries in the world. We got basically 23% of the countries.
That's not bad.
Right?
Yep.
I'm pretty
okay,
proud.
Also,
I'm just gonna now that it's come to my brain was in Uncharted 3 there. I think there's a point where Nate, like, they have a flashback with him.
Mm-hmm.
That place was somewhere in South America. I'm trying to think. Was it Venezuela or was it maybe Colombia?
I think it's Venezuela.
Yeah, that's where he like was living as a kid.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that
think
was
so.
the only I'm like, I can't think of where.
It's funny because like there's like a lot of games like that. Like because I was also thinking like where do they find like do they find the old U-boat in Argentina? In the first one? Like remember they find like the
Oh,
German
yeah.
U-boat? Is that in Argentina?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, where is that?
Uncharted.
Yeah, because it's sitting like out of the water. Oh.
Actually,
You know what you
this
could have
is-
used for Argentina? Would have been great. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like totally.
Could
would
use
have just-
anything for my
I've thought of all these wild cards after the fact. Just damn it. I feel like that could be Argentina.
The problem with
though.
some of the wiki articles that as we were looking, because when we were trying to like fact check some of them, I'm like, most of the time they don't say the country in the plot. I'm like, guys, please just once be more descriptive. I need the help. But then you
Yeah.
also remember that sometimes they never even like flat out name the country either.
Mhm.
Trying to think. Oh shit. Isn't the Jurassic Park island like based out of Costa Rica or something?
Mm.
Yeah, it's
That's why I was kind of leaning on movies at 1 second there because I'm like, okay, maybe I can pull some of that together.
yeah, because they buy it.
Because I had
off
Cuba
of
in my back pocket,
Costa
you son of
Rica.
a bitch, and you took that from me.
Hey, you freaking threw James Bond in there. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's
I
hard to
can't I can't say
find.
I'm not proud of what I came up with there.
Yeah, they just say the Amazon.
Yeah, I feel like that's the issue. Is like they didn't want to always name countries, and it's safer.
Yeah, because they sometimes
to-
do want to avoid the like, oh, these places are purely fictional, blah blah blah.
They just don't want to pay the royalties, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty exhaustive list. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah,
I was-
I'm actually pretty impressed.
It's great too because I was like, you guys kept taking away answers that I had in my back pocket for like Olympic games. Because like Norway, I could have used like the old like NES like Lillehammer one.
I was gonna use Call of Duty World at War for or like yeah, was it World at War? Now I'm questioning if it was that Battlefield game that was in World War II.
That's the thing. Battlefield, I'm like, I could probably name a country that might be safe, but it's so risky because I'm not confident
Yeah.
in any of those. And even with Call of Duty, like, yeah, Germany, France, England, like those are pretty straightforward. But like, I don't know, was Poland in specifically one game? Was Austria in one game? Like, that's where it gets a little bit trickier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one I was keeping in my pocket was Algeria with the old like Ubisoft game Ruse, if you remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that one. I was just stuck on Resident Evil 5. I spent way too much mental time trying to figure out the exact country for a game I
there were a
had
couple
not
of
played.
series that I'm like, I can use if I can remember where they like if I can trust myself because like I'm sure Hitman's got a good couple of locations.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hitman. Oh.
Hitman, yeah. You mentioned Prague and Hitman. You probably lined up.
Because there was
Prague's
also
not a
like
country.
Oh, sorry. True.
you could have done like
You
yeah,
should
there was
know.
UAE. I know there was one like you were at one point down in Colombia. Oh man, there were so many good ones for Hitman.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to think if there was any countries that I'm like really sad that I didn't get or that we didn't get. Like just going through, I think Spain and Portugal are just kind of like the two really big ones. Well, I guess Ireland too, but I'm even trying to think of Ireland. What games would have been in Ireland?
Yeah, we didn't have Scotland. Did we have Scotland?
No,
Nah, kind of. Because I
like
did
we didn't
Hellblade,
really
but you guys said it was
touch
off the Scottish
Scandinavia
Islands.
really at all. Because other than Norway, because I don't know, we didn't do Sweden, we didn't do Finland, we didn't do Denmark.
We probably could have
Yeah.
done Finland with something with like the Winter War with Russia, but
Maybe. I mean, we got a good chunk of Asia. I have no idea
Yeah.
if there's anything in New Zealand.
Hobbits.
Because like the Lord of the
Lord of
Rings
the
doesn't
Rings.
count.
You know, it does. Microsoft Flight Simulator. That'll get you there.
You know what the one I was really trying to be smart of? I was trying to think if there was anything in Antarctica, and I couldn't think of
I
one.
know.
I was very disappointed in that.
Oh. I could name a
Maybe
book
we-
series, but that doesn't help.
No.
Well,
Oh well, that was
I'll,
a fun
I'll
activity,
take
guys.
what I can get.
And you know what? Speaking of taking what you'll get, that's what you're gonna get from us this week, ladies and gentlemen. If you like that and you want more, if you're this far in, hey, we appreciate it. We'd love it if you hit the like and subscribe. Join us on YouTube if you're listening to us on podcast. Leave us a review. Anything helps. Anything boosts our ego, gets us known to more people. We would greatly appreciate that. If you want more, we also host a second show called Side Quest, where this week Chris is going to be giving us a review of Balatro. And on Mondays, Adam comes to us with Random Retro, where he plays a random video game. That's all at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever, well, those are on YouTube, but if you're listening to us on podcast, we do post here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. If you want to share with us what countries you guys were screaming at while we were talking and being dumb, leave it as a comment or join our Discord at linktr.ee/pixelplaypodcast. Let us know which ones we missed that you guys thought of. We'd really appreciate it.
Either you can fact check us on one and say that I actually lost like seven rounds in.
Yeah, you can definitely call us in on that one too. And with that, I've been one of your co-hosts, Kaylan, aka Catastrophe, joined as always by my co-host Adam at CS Radical and Chris at Gin and Chris. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now.